You want to give a really cool presentation? This video will show you how to get started even when you have no clue how. Let's go! In order to give a good presentation, it's super important to understand the subject matter. No matter how amazing your presentation is, if you don't know your subject matter, you can give one hell of a presentation that ends up being a load of crap. But how can you really make sure the subject matter sticks? Well, you need to make sure you know your presentation structure inside out and not just on the slides. The first step is research. Use different sources to help you get an overview. It makes sense to use 2 or 3 sources besides the stuff from your school books. The best sources are the ones you understand well. Our videos, for example. Nice! So if you're really not familiar with the topic, go find yourself 2 or 3 sources and go through them. This will help you create a really nice mind map for the topic, as in the following example on photosynthesis. The important thing, always take into account what your audience needs to know. Telling your audience who discovered the process of photosynthesis is about as interesting as watching paint dry. Simply throw out any of the unimportant stuff. Think about how deep you want to dive into the subject. You shouldn't necessarily be explaining electron transfer for ATP synthesis in the electron transport chain when you're only in the 5th grade. So get rid of it. While you're making the mind map, you can start to think about how you're going to explain all this stuff. The best way to do this is to make sure that the biggest airhead in your class understands each individual process. This also really helps you get a firm grasp on the topic. Take a look at our Feynman method video to find out more. Thinking of a simple comparison for your topic also helps. For example, guys, a thylakoid kind of looks like a pile of pillows. Okay, so you go through your sources and create a mind map. You might think to yourself, it's logical if I begin by explaining the general idea and then move on to the detailed processes. So structure your information into a smooth sequence. Tip: always move from the most general to the most specific. Start with the larger picture and then move on to the smaller details. If you've finished a mind map in the sequence, then you're ready for your presentation. The best thing to do is just give it a go. This will help you identify parts that you cannot fully explain yet. You'll learn how to automatically hold the presentation and will become more skilled in the topic. The more often you go through the presentation, the less you'll need notes or support. At some point, you'll be able to give the presentation without notes and impress the audience with your mad skills. Okay, so to summarize everything again, in order to create a great foundation for your presentation, start by finding different sources. Work through them using the Feynman method and create a mind map. Arrange the topics of the mind map in a logical sequence, and try to work through the presentation using this mind map. Only once you've reached that point are you able to start putting the presentation together. It'll be super easy from here on out. We've got more tips in one of our other videos. See you later!